What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Tox Brewing Company, and they're out of New London, Connecticut, and this is their Crude, the s'mores variant. So they're calling this one an Imperial Milk Stout that is brewed with chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker, cinnamon, vanilla, and lactose. Comes in at 12% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just under 5 months old. I'm going to give a huge thanks and shout out to Steven for hooking me up with this one. Steven is a very generous individual. He is a viewer and follower of a good friend of mine and fellow beer tuber, Matt, over at Massive Beer Reviews. He sends him a lot of crazy beer mails. And Steven came to the 2021 Beer Tuber Palooza that was hosted by the aforementioned Matt. And he was one of the Matt's viewers that showed up. A couple of them did. And Steven was so generous, he brought a beer mail literally for every beer tuber that showed up. And I was one of them. And I believe I got like 12 beers in the beer mail he gave me. I'm probably going to end up reviewing about 6 of them. Some of them are a bit older and I didn't feel like comfortable reviewing like a hop forward beer that's like 3 or 4 months old that I've never had before. But some of them were pretty fresh, and some like this, you know, just under 5 months old, but it is a pastry stout basically. It's 12%. It should be fine. I'm sure maybe some of the adjuncts have fallen off, but I feel like a beer like this, we should be okay. So huge thanks to Steven. Thank you very much. You'll probably see another 4 or 5 reviews from that box on my channel over the next month, maybe month and a half. Anyway, this sounds delicious. Never had anything from Tox Brewing. I do have their, is it Fugu or something like that, an IPA that you'll see in the next couple weeks. But this I really wanted to try because it's been a while since I've had a s'mores beer of any sort. I know that sounds fucking... Doesn't that sound crazy? A s'mores beer, like, you know, 5 years ago, that was not commonplace. Now, pretty common. Anyway, this can is not quite room temperature, but it's probably 55 to 60. So I'm going to crack it open and get it in the glass. Now, this glass, I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Derek, my Canadian friend. He sent me an awesome like package. I don't even know how to explain it, but like, post my open heart surgery, he sent me like a care pack, and he gave me, he sent me a glass, he sent me a hat, and just a really awesome note. So huge thanks to Derek for not only this glass, but you'll see the Bellwoods hat that he sent me in a lot of reviews going forward. But I love this glass. I love Bellwoods, one of my favorite Canadian breweries, and I just thought it was appropriate to use this glass. I don't know. I'm just going to. Fuck it. Whatever. Here we go. So 12%. Not going to pour a ton in here. Oh man, that's pouring out like crude oil? Is that what they're going for? Yeah, it looks super fucking thick. Here we go like that. I'm not trying to get crazy with this one, you know what I mean? Can't, and this is a big enough beer as is. So, how does that look in the glass? It looks fucking awesome. That is pitch black. It was pouring out like motor oil, honestly. Pitch black, has about a 2-finger, 1.5, 2-finger of this like dark brown, almost like dark chocolate. More like a milk chocolate, but it looks, that fucking just looks awesome. Like, that head is super dark. The beer just looks fucking fantastic. I don't know what to say other than I can't wait. Let's get a dose. It smells awesome. So, I'll tell you right now, that cinnamon's still here. Does it smell like s'mores? It really doesn't smell like s'mores. What the fuck am I trying to smell here? What is this smelling like? This smells like a chocolate cake of some sort. Like, good nose again. So I'm getting a huge dose of chocolate, like a sweet milk chocolate. I'm getting a big pop of cinnamon. I'm getting vanilla. I'm getting marshmallow. Not getting a huge graham cracker scent. And I think that's what's stopping it from me saying it smells like s'mores. But it smells like a pastry of some sort. And I can sit here and bullshit you and be like, oh, this is exactly what it smells like. And I can't just think off the top of my head what this really smells like from a pastry standpoint. You know what this actually smells like? Somebody who made like an amazing piece of like, I have a family member who makes amazing fudge. And when she makes it, it's just so fucking just, in terms of like the chocolate character, this has layers of complexity just to the chocolate. But then it's like somebody took a piece of fudge and like put like frosting on it and then like sprinkled cinnamon on. So it's like a piece of fudge with frosting and cinnamon. Does that sound good? I would try it. I don't know if that's a thing, but that's what it smells like to me. There's a slight like roasted malt that I could be confused for like coffee for me, because with the sweet like character to the beer from all those other adjuncts, it's almost giving me like like a latte vibe or like a sweetened like cold brew or something. Oh man, that's cinnamon. It almost smells like if you made a chocolate version of like Cinnabon, you know, like or like of like a cinnamon coffee cake or something, you know. The coffee is or the cinnamon is that pronounced. Like it is first chocolate, then cinnamon, and then everything else is like minor. I just want to sniff this. I'm not bullshitting you. This is one of the best smelling pastry stouts I've had in a long time. It just smells fucking awesome. Like, it's hard to explain what it smells like, though, but it just smells so fucking good. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pull much more out of it. Just let it be known that this is a fucking awesome aroma. I want to get into it. Thanks again, Steven, and cheers, everyone. Even almost 5 months old, that is fucking real nice. Body on this one's like lower side of full body. There's a slickness to it. There is a viscosity to it, but it doesn't approach like straight chewy or like, you know, if you've ever had like a nice like 10 to 12% Imperial Stout that like you're chewing because that's how big the body is not on that level here, but it's close. So I'd say like lower side of full body. The mouthfeel, it's soft. Like I said, it's slick. It's relatively smooth. It's not really creamy. And there's maybe a little bit more carbonation than I expected based on how it poured and all the adjuncts and everything, but it's nice. Body, pretty spot on. Mouthfeel, pretty close. The taste. This is, to me, this is one of those like pastry stouts or adjunct beers where there's so many adjuncts in here. They're going for a s'mores, right? Like that's what they're going for, is a s'mores in Imperial Milk Stout form, right? They didn't nail the head, or they didn't hit the nail on the head for a s'mores Imperial Stout for me. Now that could be obviously the fact that I didn't drink it fresh. The graham crackers certainly fell off. I feel like the marshmallow, and did they say vanilla? Yeah, vanilla, marshmallow and vanilla maybe fell off a little bit. But for me, the chocolate aspect of this beer is through the fucking roof, and I love it. Yeah, so all kinds of complex chocolate. There's dark chocolate, there's milk chocolate. There's like a bittering like 50, 60% cacao bar. There's fudge. There's such a rich, decadent chocolate characteristic to this beer. It's hard to properly explain it. Like I'm doing a piss poor job and I know it because I just can't properly explain what I'm tasting in terms of the complexity of the chocolate. It's really tough. And just let it be known, this is like 75% awesome chocolate. That hits me right at the forefront. All the sweet chocolate passes through the palate. Little bit of that vanilla and marshmallow, a little bit. It's not quite giving me the frosting vibe that the nose was, but a little bit. The cinnamon comes in. The cinnamon, just like the nose, the second predominant note in this one. And it's giving me Cinnabon kind of feel to it. But like I said, like if you took a Cinnabon or you took like a cinnamon roll and you just maybe dipped it in chocolate, or somebody sprinkled like sweet cocoa powder on there, or maybe even like a sweet, like maybe like shaved chocolate on top of a Cinnabon. That's kind of how this is coming off, because it's quite sweet. It has a lot of chocolate character, has a lot of cinnamon character, so the sweetness. So I feel like it's like I would say a cinnamon roll that somebody like shaved chocolate on top of, like a sweet chocolate. That's what it pretty much is. Or maybe even took like a fudge and just broke it on top of the Cinnabon. Man, I'm so fat right now. I'm fat in general, but like I'm talking like this is making me want a cinnamon roll with shaved chocolate on it. On the finish, this has a very big residual sweetness. This is not cloying though. I will say that without a doubt. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. I'm gonna probably split that 16-ounce can with my dad. He likes, you know, these bigger ABV sweeter beers. But I think I could drink easily 8 ounces of this, maybe 12. I think it'd be tough to put down the entire can knowing it's 12%, knowing all the adjuncts in there, knowing the sweetness level. But at no point am I drinking this going, oh man, I only want 2 sips because it's too sweet. It's sweet but not overbearing, which a lot of these pastry stouts can be. I think the lactose is providing that like slick kind of smooth feeling for the mouthfeel and maybe enhancing the vanilla character a little bit or the marshmallow character. But again, those aren't that big. The only thing I'm not getting, like I said, is the graham cracker, honestly. It's fallen off. I don't really taste it. Man, this is really good. It's not a representation of s'mores in an Imperial Milk Stout form. Maybe it was when it was fresh. For me, it's not. But I would say, if I had to explain this to someone, I would just say, again, a cinnamon roll that somebody took and shaved some sweeter chocolate on top of. That's kind of what I'm getting. Because you have, you know, the cinnamon roll itself, like the base malt is giving me like a slight doughy sensation. There's really no bitterness in here. There's no really like straight on Imperial Stout kind of characteristics. Maybe a slight roast like halfway through the palate. Yeah, like halfway through the palate, there's like a slight roast. But it's like somebody took a cinnamon roll that has the frosting on it to mimic the vanilla. And then, again, you have the cinnamon already in there and you shave some chocolate on top. And that's pretty much where it comes down to for me. So this is fucking delicious, just not a s'mores beer. So rating on the Crude s'mores variant from Tox, I'm going to go low 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.4 out of 5. This is fucking delicious. First beer from Tox. I'm impressed. Great beer. Price and availability. I did check their Instagram to try to see the price point on this one, and they had it on there. $25 a 4-pack or $6.50 a can. For a 12% beer with all those adjuncts, like $6.50 a can in this market, yeah, I think that's fair. I wouldn't buy a 4-pack of something like this just because I'm probably not going to drink all 4 of them, but I would definitely buy a can for $6.50 to try it out. And now knowing what I drank, yeah, I'd totally buy this again. Certainly a can, maybe a couple. Availability, I don't know anything about Tox other than, again, New London, Connecticut. But over here it says brewed and packaged by 12% North Haven, Connecticut. So they're actually brewed at the 12% facility in North Haven, Connecticut. So I don't know if Tox actually has like their own brewery, or if so, like maybe they contract brew because they want to release more stuff. I don't know. Steven, if you know more information and you do watch this review, post in the comments, let me know. I'm really excited to try more from them down the line. Hopefully they get a chance to do so, because this is one of the better pastry stouts from a sweetness standpoint, but also from just a taste standpoint. Like, I love the fact that it's not cloying, but I also like the fact that I really taste the vast majority of the adjuncts in here, sans the graham cracker. And that's tough to do when you're, having a half dozen adjuncts thrown into your beer. Like more often than not, you'll taste like 2 of them. But the fact that I got pretty much everything but the graham cracker is pretty impressive. So huge thanks to Steven. Really cool to be able to try this. And thanks to Derek for the glassware. And thanks to all of you for stopping by another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. The ABV at 12%. Man, listen. Outside of knowing this is a big beer when you're tasting it, there is absolutely no alcohol stringency on the palate. It's a little bit of warming into the chest. But like, this drinks like a 9 or 10% beer. Nowhere close to 12. If I was doing this blind, I'd say 9 or 10. They hide the alcohol extremely well. And you drink a can of this, you're fucked up. Unless you're Paul over at PA Brew News. Shout out to you, Paul. This is a session strength beer for him, but for me, totally not. This is like a nightcap and I'd be fucking out. But yeah, they hide the alcohol extremely well. So kudos to Tox for brewing a great beer. Even though I didn't get some s'mores in it, still fantastic. So thanks again to Steven. Thanks to everybody. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.